Bam, let's talk some 49er football. We got the reporters will be reporting out of the field tomorrow to give you an up-close and in-depth report about what's going on the field. But in the meanwhile, we can already, and look ahead. 2022 Camp Santa Clara is stacked. The competition is going to be crazy. Want to go ahead and what rooms to really watch? There's only a couple not to watch when you think about it. And the question tonight would be, what is your fave, right? Looking at the Niners coming into training camp at this particular hour and time of the preseason is like watching movie previews. That good movie you can't wait to see that's coming out for Christmas or coming out this summer, right? After the quarterback room, there really doesn't exist a group without a number of challenges. I mean, it's just... So tonight, taking your phone call for your take on who will emerge from the Niners preseason camp 2022 after the smoke clears amongst all that collection of talents. I still remember those days, right? Man, 49ers ain't got no talent. Yes, we do. You can only say it, you can only whisper it right now. I wish somebody would come talking about 49ers ain't got no talent. You can't whoop that no talent. I tell you. I know, I didn't do a whole bowl before I started. I'm just feeling good today. I have no idea what's bringing it on. Well, the preseason's already started for one thing. By the way, speaking of which, June 1st, which is coming up tomorrow, Alex Mack and Dee Ford can be released if the 49ers are looking to dodge that dead money issue. Think they're going to do it? I know. I can hardly hear it. How about Jimmy Garoppolo? Jimmy Garoppolo's got to pass the physical, from what I understand, or they'll owe him money. But seriously, Alex Mack and Dee Ford, now that is going to be interesting to see how the 49ers, what they do about that. That's a lot of money back, too. We'll see, because I understand that's the date. But Alex Mack, some people think he's coming back. I wish he would. But Alex, why would he wait so long? I mean, I understand what we were talking about yesterday. Somebody said, Alex, man, come on, Ronbo. The man is out on his honeymoon. He don't give a damn about no football right now. I agree. But, you could have said something about, hey, look, guys, I'm in the midst of just having a good time, the time of my life. Listen, I'm going to play. Or just say I'm going to play or I'm not going to. Guys, I'm done. Or I'm going to play. One or the other. How long does that take? You can do it in an email. It doesn't have to be phoned. Anyway, the talent is just about at every position room and seriously up to the challenge. This is like seriously up for the challenge this year, unlike any time during the Lynch and Shannon era. The 49ers have never had this many people in every room. I mean, we've had some rooms that are loaded, but not like this year's kind of crazy. The running backs room, 49ers looking for Ty Davis-Price to bring a new element to the run game. I'm starting to feel sorry for Trey Sermon. Nobody's talking about Trey Sermon, man. Like they talk around Trey Sermon now. Yeah, well, we're looking at Ty Davis-Price. Question: you guys got any plans for Trey Sermon? Who? Trey, man, Trey, you know how I do. I pull for underdogs, man. Trey, you got to get involved, man. Somebody needs to say something about you that's nice on occasion. What is up, T? So anyway, running backs coach Anthony Lynn spoke to local Bay Area media last week and shared what he sees from that 6'1", 219 pounds of fun, Davis-Price. Mrs. Price's baby boy, he didn't miss no meals, did he? He is the tallest in the Niners running backs room, by the way. Lynn said about the big man, quote, "We saw a body type that we don't have right now. A bigger back that can run and physical, who can block. You want that thunder and lightning approach." Oh, I already see him coming through that line. And I've still got something for Jason Poe, man. When you get Kyle, give it. Oh, either one of them. We have 2 yards out. Bam, boom. Oh, Ram's body strolled in every direction. So call the medic out on the field. They look seriously hurt. Oh, I'd give something for that day. I tell you right now. You want that thunder lightning? We have some guys who can move around. We've got lightning. Hopefully Ty brings that thunder. Unquote. After only 2 days of on-field practice, Lynn has seen some of Davis Price's potential already, but Coach knows the TD-P's development as an overall player will happen over time. The coach spoke about it, how it is his responsibility to reach Tyrion, how to block and pass protection, but with that element lacking, and most college programs don't do that for reasons unknown. I don't know. Anyway, but for me, you know what? I like the running back room situation, but what I'm pumped about is that D-line competition. Oh, yeah. With the new addition fresh out of the 2022 draft out of USC, round 2 pick, Drake Jackson has got my attention due to what it would mean, fam, if he emerges out of an already tough group to at some point start to get more and more snaps during the season. You'll see that progress during the season if the coach warrants it. And if he can just get his butt in gear early and quickly and adapt, oh my goodness, obviously that would mean he is realizing the vision that the Niners had in mind. Let me quote D-line coach Chris Kasurik about Mrs. Jackson's baby boy. Coach Kasurik believes that while DJ might not be as polished as 2019 Defensive Rookie of the Year Nick Bosa, but few people are, he didn't say that, but I'm just thinking that, was coming out of Ohio State. He does indeed have a lot of potential. Remember, Coach Kasurik also coached Ndamukong Suh, winning one Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2010 with the hapless Detroit Lions. We forgot about 2010, didn't we? They had a decent team that year. Don't tell Don Burr I said that. Is he in here? I forgot about that year. Suh came from Detroit, and he got out as soon as possible. Coach Kasurik went on to explain that there are very few players who have a smooth transition into the NFL. Coach clarified that while both Suh and Bosa had a learning curve, it was minimal. They were already prodigies when they came in. Everybody knew they was going to come in and destroy things. Coach Kasurik said this of DJ Jackson, quote, biggest plus is just he is a sponge right now, a sponge with a lot of athletic ability. So if you can marry those two things together, you have a really good chance of being a successful player, unquote. And fam, as you know, Coach Kasurik is known for his very vocal style of coaching. You can hear Coach Kasurik, man, any during time in the afternoon in downtown Santa Clara, man. People look, who was that? Who's that hollering like that? That's Coach Kasurik. Yeah, you're the 49ers in shape, baby. Hey, he loves the process of developing players. Seeing the maturation of players as the season progresses is rewarding to Coach Kasurik. Really big time. Who understands that DJ is just trying to keep his feet underneath him as the offseason continues. He'll stumble around a minute like a deer just born. All of a sudden, he'll just start galloping. And pretty soon, them big strikes across the African plain, you see all elk and all this. They don't gallop. Every stride is a leap. Whew, bam, bam, bam. Whew. Lions and tigers behind him. Man, I just eat later, man. Forget that, man. He ain't killing me. Except cheetahs, boy. The cheetah run him down, though. But anyway, patience and intensity could produce a red gold diamond. The benefit for DJ will be to finally play under a consistent coaching style, which he didn't have at SC. That's why they got rid of all them damn fools. Them coaches. So fam, my dream is this, I've got it envisioned already. I hear booth announcers, hear the crowd, roar, roar, roar. Go to the booth. I want to hear announcers say before the game, say things like, the real test for the Rams tonight will be their success rate of stopping the young pass rush combination of Nick Bosa and Drake Jackson just coming out of USC. Los Angeles fans will know that name very well, of whom between the two, some are averaging in this week 5 sacks a week between them. Nick sometimes getting the lion's share, but Drake is hanging right in there with him on some weeks, actually overcoming Bosa's total for the night. That is the main reason the 49ers are leading the league in sacks with a defensive line that collectively holds sack parties each and every week. Needless to say, teams on the 49ers schedule are altering what they would like to do in an effort to even sustain any kind of offense against that roaring rush of the San Francisco 49ers. You add that to the fact that the 49ers secondary has vastly improved from the past 2 seasons and is another reason why the 49ers defense is number 1 in all categories this year and the most feared in the NFL. Makes me want to holler. Get this season started. I'm telling you right now. Wait. Before we go to the phone zone, the most competition this year, most likely. And I'm telling you, man, after looking up and down, the wide receiver room, I know it's going to be intense because it's not, Javarius is going to score. He's going to start. But is Mosey going to be able to hold down all them dudes behind him? What if Dre Greenlaw, what if Verrett, he's got a couple of months to go. I don't know what he's feeling like now, though. But he's still leading things out there. But most likely, Azeez versus Dre G in the linebacker room, that's going to be the epic camp battle. Which one of them is going to start? Because Azeez, I thought he was good when he first came, but he wasn't standing out. Dre came in from day one looking like, I'm here to, my name is Dre Greenlaw. Yeah, I'm here to stop Russell Wilson. Yeah? Oh, come on in. Go to the equipment room and get fitted up for the stuff you need, and let's go. And he did. Russell Wilson does not do well against Dre Greenlaw. Greenlaw's got a history against that dude. And guess who Dre's idol was in school? It was Wilson because of the size. And Dre says size ain't going to stop me either. And what did he do? Comes in the NFL, he's got a pick off twice. One. In a very crucial game, but they still end up winning. The Hawks did. And that goal line stand, man, he's done some other things to Russ, too. This is the thing. So Azeez Al-Shar has also proved to be a hammer. I tell you, man, that is the race to watch right there. And let me stop. Let me get. I want to hear what you got to say. The Ramelia. I saw you bothering Lombardi. That question had me laughing, Rudy. Get over it, Rudy. You had your time. It's over. It's over. How did I do this? Oh, here we go. No, that's not it either. I'll get untangled here in a moment. All right. I know what you're saying, Ron. Ronbo, why don't you get earbuds? Because earbuds don't work well with the system we use on the phone. Get on over to the phone and see what Eric's talking about. Eric, come on, E.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, I'm checking out these battles that are about to take place. Eric, you know what? We are not feeling this like it's probably going to be. Eric, there's epic battles all over this camp coming up. Pick some out and give me your feeling on what do you think is going to happen.
One of the battles that I really like, and it's not really even a battle. It's just I want to find who is going to be the guy that steps up in this area, and it's the guy who's going to play opposite Bosa. Obviously, Samson Ebukam is probably the projected starter. But then there's Drake Jackson. But then there's a bunch of other guys that I look at them and I'm like, those guys, when they can easily go in and not like take the spot, but they can make an impact to the point where they're in the game longer. One of the guys I'm looking at is maybe Jordan Willis.
I was thinking about him. I've been thinking about him since last year. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's always in and out, and every time he steps onto the field, he does something.
Something happens. Impact.
I believe he's the one. I believe he's the one that got the hand on the punt and the Packers.
He is. He absolutely was the guy.
Yeah, so he's the guy I'm looking for, and that it's not even. It's not a battle. I think all those guys are working at the same pace, honestly. But
is Kerry Hyder going to get involved?
I mean, again, it could happen. Again, these guys. Most likely, these guys are going to rotate, and depending which one is making an impact at the time on the field the most, I think they'll get more of the snaps. Obviously, they will rotate, but if someone like Jordan Willis is out there, making an impact every single down, he's going to stay out there. They're not going to really rotate. So
you like him the best.
I'm looking for that guy. Yeah, I think Jordan Willis. I'm waiting for him to not break out, but become that player where like, oh, okay, he's like not our
He's the guy.
RDT, but a little less, I guess. Yeah, something like that. But I like the battle at safety. What scares me is the nickel corner, though. I did have a thought earlier, and I was thinking, obviously no one's going to really like this opinion, but what if Jimmy Ward didn't play slot corner, but just played in the slot, because he does guard the tight end, and we know he can guard at times Cooper Kupp. Obviously, you want Jimmy Ward playing his usual spot. I'm just saying, if nickel corner does become a real issue, I think he is a guy that could step up and play that position. And, obviously someone would have to take Jimmy Ward's spot, and that's very hard to do. But I just think,
you got to prioritize this. Is it the safety spot where Jimmy's playing the most important, or is that slot spot? Because I think they're going to take advantage of either where Ward goes. They're going to go the other way. They're still going to Cooper Kupp. He has got to be the only guy in the NFL. Womack, and who's the other guy that's contending for that spot? Oh, God, a rookie. It's a scary thing, isn't it? I agree. That spot is scary.
Yeah, and that's not just that's another one. I think the offensive line, I have no idea what's going to happen there. I really do hope Mac comes back. I kind of wish that Mac would have gave the Niners a heads up, sort of what Joe Staley did, because he basically told the Niners before he was going to retire, and it was looking like it was the end. So they went out and they went and go get Trent Williams. I wish Mac would have did something similar, where the Niners had a heads up and they kind of went out and got somebody. Obviously that didn't happen, so there's no point in stress about it anymore. But I really hope that someone steps up at that spot in case he does leave, because I think the offensive line has a lot of questions. Now, the Niners did bring a lot of players to the draft, but someone's going to have to step up in that right guard, right tackle. You don't know what Michael Glitch is going to look like when he comes back. He's coming off a major injury. That offensive line is really scary. I saw a stat line with Trey Lance's projected rookie numbers, and everyone was complaining that they had Lance at 14 interceptions. And I thought that was actually somewhere.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know what?
They had him just.
The problem is, Eric, is this:
below.
he can't set back and bomb if that offensive line is suspect. He's going to have to get rid of that ball quick. And in that case, I don't know what's going to happen. His short game, they're working on it, but you don't want to. That offensive line has got to be at least pretty good.
Yeah. They had on the stat line, they had Lance just below 4,000 yards. I think it was like 2 yards below 4,000. They had 28 touchdowns. So it's not like a horrible season, but I think 11, maybe 11 to 12 interceptions, I think is more reasonable because of the offensive line and the fact that he is a rookie. But 28 touchdowns in your first year starting is not bad. That's actually really good. And 2 yards below 4,000 yards is again not that bad. I don't think Jimmy has passed 4,000 yards yet. So we're still waiting.
He's come close twice.
Yeah, I don't remember the last quarterback that did pass for 4,000 yards. I think it was Jeff Garcia, if I'm not mistaken. But hopefully all these these camp battles do resolve themselves. Hopefully guys step up, and especially during the preseason, like a guy like Jordan Willis. I think during the preseason you'll see him a lot, because a lot of these guys are going to be backups. Our backups are starters other places, so our defensive line in the preseason is going to be really, really good. Expect to see that. We're going to be shitting on teams' offensive rookie offensive linemen all over the league. Who are we playing in the preseason?
You know what? I looked at that schedule briefly. I didn't pay that a lot of attention. It seems we're traveling somewhere to have a joint with. That's not Denver. Anyway, go ahead. Whoever it is, what?
Yeah, whoever it is going to get shit on, especially the quarterbacks, offensive line. They're not going to have a good day.
For the first few minutes, because the first starter's only going to be there for a few seconds, but still.
Yeah, but I hope, like you said earlier, I really hope Trey Sermon does find his spot in this offense, whether it's third down back, I don't know, wherever it's at. They seem to like Hasty at that position, but hopefully he does find his spot in this offense. Yeah, he can. In my personal opinion, I still don't understand why Hasty's on this team. I just don't see a spot for him. You know, the Niners have invested a lot in running backs. He's one of the lessons that they've invested in. Although he's still a very good talent. He's still a very good player. I just think that maybe they could have gone a little bit fresher. I hope Trey Sermon does take that third down spot or third down, running back spot, because he's got to get some snaps. He's got to get some reps. And honestly, having a third down, having a pass catching running back out of the backfield for Lance maybe on a 3rd and 4, maybe you can just check it down. Things like that are really going to help Lance, in his development.
See, the thing is, Eric, Elijah Mitchell is very good at catching out of the backfield as well. So, Trey, I don't know where his niche is going to be. If T. Davis Price does look like the child of great expectation, Trey's going to be a refugee. Or he's going to be on the practice squad because, last year, Hasty beat him out. And people didn't believe what I said on Twitter. And I got the chart. You photoshopped it and put it on there. Put it on. And I wasn't kidding. I was shocked when I saw it too. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. Trey fell to the bottom of the chart.
Yeah, but the good. It's not even a good thing. But for these running backs, they all get injured all the time.
Yeah, so we need them all.
Most of these guys are going to get snaps. Yeah, most of these guys are going to get snaps. So Trey Sermon, I don't think he has to worry about, never getting, being able to play. He's going to be able to play because whether it's Elijah Mitchell, Ty Davis Price, some of these guys are going to miss some time. It just seems to happen with the Niners, especially with, I think, an offensive line that's a little bit worse than it was last season.
Oh.
I think it could happen. But again, maybe, Trey Lance has something to do with that. And I'm hoping that, obviously Kyle does something to prevent, the rookies, I would say, from being exposed out there, because I think Kyle has done that with a lot of his players where he's kind of protected them, through his system.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's sort of a little bit of that where he protects the offensive line and, makes Lance throw the ball quick. Don't let
play action a lot.
Hold the ball forever.
Yeah, play action a lot and lots of running. So,
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the offensive line develops into. It really is a frightening thought. I don't like to think about it. I like to avoid the thought because I'm delusional about that offensive line. Eric, great stuff. Well, I'll be back. Tomorrow they got a workout. We'll be back tomorrow to see what the reporters have to say. All right.
All right, hey, tomorrow I'm graduating. Finally in high school.
Yes, Eric, get ready to go to the big bad world and challenge it and beat it. Yes.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Okay, see you later.
All right, have a great night, Eric. And hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Clarence, man.
Hello, Ronbo.
Yeah, Clarence. Yes. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
Clarence, man, we're sitting here looking at some of these rooms we got this year. You look at the running back room, the defensive line room. You look at the wide receiver room. You look at the, it just goes on and on. The wide receivers, there's going to be some challenges going on there as well. Everybody's not named Debo and Ayuk is got to work hard. They got to work hard for the money. But it's going to be something to watch this year. The only room that's really down pat is the quarterbacks, But other than that, this is crazy. Which room are you looking at for the most adventuresome viewing, though?
Oh, let's think about that for a second. I think obviously all the ones that you're talking about, the running back room, the DBs, and the wide receivers and the D line, those are all shakeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Just competition-wise, they're all, best man's gonna win those jobs. None of those jobs, other than the name of Bosa, Ayuk, and Debo, are more or less guaranteed.
Yeah.
Everybody else, and I'm sorry, and J-Dub, and everybody else, it's gonna be a free-for-all. It's gonna be a fight.
It's crazy.
Spot, Yeah. But my thing is, win the offensive line position? Who's gonna win who's gonna win those positions?
See, because I was trying to make this a pleasant subject today. I was going to avoid talking about them. Offensive line's it's in trouble, Clarence. Okay, go ahead, run it down. Because I see issues after Trent Williams on. I mean, every last spot. Alex Mack, if he doesn't return, it's just crazy scary.
Right, so it is scary. That's why they're going to have to, battle it out and see what shakes out. But what I'm thinking is, so with Jimmy, you had to hold your ground. You had to wait for that window to open so he could throw it. With Trey, since he's a quote unquote a mobile quarterback, we'll just put it a quarterback who can move. The offensive line, can be a little bit. I guess not the word suspect is the word for it, but can be a little bit more relaxed. I guess.
Clarence,
in that.
Clarence, just you know what? Actually, it's just the opposite. You know why Brady and some of these quarterbacks who don't run, you know what their advantage is? There's no stress on the offensive line because you get that ball out quick. Now, here's the thing.
That's true.
You've got it. That's why timing routes are absolutely essential when you have a suspect offensive line. If you got guys who can get off that line quick like Debo does or Ayuk does or any of the other guys, now the quarterback can just flick that ball out. That's why Jimmy's average per yard or throw is very short because as soon as that receiver gets in the spot, the ball's there. Now, in the offensive line, because the guys are coming down on Jimmy already. Because contrary to what people believe, Jimmy may have gotten sacked, but not nearly as much as people over-exaggerate. That ball was out. And it was in Debo's hands almost immediately. It was a short throw, but it was out. That's how you deal with the offensive line. It's poor because if Trey gets into a foot race with a lot of the defensive linemen around the league, bad things can happen. We got to have a better offensive line for him, especially this year.
Well, that's true. I say because you don't want to throw him out to the wolves basically as a first-year starter.
Yeah.
I get that. Well, like I said, hopefully, with Kyle recognizing that, that his offensive line may not be as stout as it probably, quote unquote, should be, just for whatever reason things don't shake out. I think he'll move Trey a little bit more and create mismatches,
moving pocket type of thing.
Correct.
Yeah, you know what's going to end up happening. And you know how because all those guys, it's really funny though, Clarence. All those guys on the offensive line mostly are great run blockers. Now that means what they can do, they're not going to have to protect because pass protection is questionable and suspect. Now, as far as we know,
unless you Trent Williams.
Yeah, Trent's Mr. I can do everything, but the rest of those guys are pretty good run by. Michael Beach is one of the best in the league. Trent goes without saying. Aaron Banks should be very good at this. What he did when he was at Notre Dame. Okay, at the center position, I don't know about Jake Brindle. Actually, Brunskill's not bad at run blocking too. So we're going to run the ball to keep the stress off of Trey as much as possible. You don't want him in a position right now where he's got to think, manipulate, and process quickly and make a decision whether to run. The RPO is probably something we want to stay away from now as much as possible. He can get hurt. And if he gets hurt, here he comes. Sudfeld in the end of the 2022 season. So, you got to be careful.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a harsh way to put it. But yeah, you're right. But like I said, we have the like I said, everybody's already counting us out as far as being the Niners, as far as being,
they do it
where
every year.
we're going to be. We're not going to make the playoffs.
I know.
This and that. But we have the three things that a quarterback really needs. We're going to have a good defense. We're always going to have a good running game. And based on what we have acquired via draft or via free agency and acquisitions, our special teams will be much better as well.
Can't wait for that. The return of Tony Montana.
Exactly. And what I was thinking, too, is like since they're going to move the pocket, Kyle may have some things up his sleeve. You know how you throw receivers open? has that been done with a quarterback who's mobile and can move, where you throw the receiver open as the quarterback is moving?
Well, actually, that's extremely difficult. You know why, don't you? You can't have both the quarterback and the receiver. Okay, if I'm moving left or right, where does the receiver go? If his movement's going to be predicated on what I do, I guess you could pre-plan it. It'd be difficult.
Like I said, the only person that's going to be able to do that is who? Kyle. If he can find a way to throw somebody open on the move while the quarterback's moving, nobody's going to expect that.
Well, yeah,
so like I said,
that's asking a little bit much of Trey just yet. Aaron Rodgers would have a problem doing that, but it's possible.
It's possible. Like I said, it's not impossible, but it's difficult. Again, if Kyle can find a way to get Trey comfortable and get him going, like I said, get him some easy passes, get him some screens, get him some this, get him some that. Take some heat off the offensive, off the O-line, and just make plays. All you gotta do is make plays, and in Cal's offense, it'll eventually work out. And like
it's going to take time and reps, lumps.
Yeah, time and reps. Exactly. And then, like I said, starting tomorrow, if you let go of Jimmy G, the cap hit is almost nothing.
No, there's no. Clarence, there's no real. They've already paid Jimmy. They don't owe him anything right now. The money owed to Jimmy would take over on day one of the season if he's still on the team. Right now, the 49ers are not spending a dime on Jimmy. This is why people are confused by not paying other people. Yeah, they don't lose anything until the season starts. Right now, dead cap. What would end up happening if Jimmy can't pass a physical and you cut him now you got to pay him.
Right. No,
$7 million.
Yeah, $7 million. Well, it's not 25.
Well, that's true, but that's the problem with that.
But yeah, but like I said, once Jimmy is quote unquote healthy, then I'm telling you that there'll be suitors to show up.
Yeah, the only 49er fans think Jimmy Garoppolo's a bad quarterback. He goes to another team. The truth will be told.
He'll be fine.
Jimmy's a guy who follows directions.
He's not good enough for us anymore.
Well, no, the thing is, he does what he's told. Well, and that's pretty much what he's not a maverick, not fully. He does what Kyle wants him to do, which is going to be interesting to see with Trey, because Kyle. People think that short passing game Kyle does. They think that was designed for Jimmy. That's Kyle Shanahan's offense. That's what he wants to do. So now. That is something that's going to be interesting. So now they're working on Trey to be able to develop that same game and have the long game as well. So we're going to find out how that works.
Jimmy didn't have the long game as much.
Well, and also it wasn't
Matt Ryan did, or now that Trey does. So
and Trey's got the right receiving crew now too. Yeah, when you got Julio, you can bombs away. You need the right receivers, and they went and got one finally. So we're going to see that more.
Yeah. I want to see Gray explode. That's my guy for this year. I want to see that guy ball out. Mm-hmm. That boy can fly.
That's what even Ayuk says.
That's what you want.
Ayuk doesn't compliment other guys. For years,
For years.
That's fine. We got it now. That's all that matters. So yeah.
Since the Harbaugh days, we don't want the fast guy.
Hey, we actually did. We didn't have one then. Yeah. We had Crabtree and Bolton. Those guys were.
You've been asking since you started this thing. What, in 2014? Did you started this thing?
Yeah, that's why I was excited when we had Goodwin, but he just played out somehow. You got to have those guys. They open up the
not
field.
Not mental issues, but a lot of personal
family issues.
That
constantly.
Yeah, family issues. Yeah, nothing. Too bad for the guy. And he had some great moments with us, but it wasn't enough.
He's back in the league again. I forgot which team I heard he was on.
I can't remember what team he's on though.
Anyway, Clarence, we're going to go. I tell you what I'm going to do, man. I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
back tomorrow after practice to see what the reporters have to say.
Oh, that's right. Because it's open OTAs tomorrow. Oh, that's right.
And the Grant Cone, everybody's going to be watching Grant tomorrow.
Yes. Oh,
Go, Grant. Go, Grant.
I didn't get a chance to call on that day. I didn't get a chance to call on that day. I just wanted to say one thing about that real quick. You can see how tight that locker room is. How tight the locker room is. How they backed Kinlaw all together. All sides of the team backed Kinlaw and said, "Yeah, we know this guy's been doing us wrong, but Kinlaw's the one that said,
biggest dude on the team.
We don't F with you."
Biggest dude on the team. If I want to make somebody mad, can I make Ray or somebody like that mad? I don't need to make Kinlaw mad. Oh,
Kinlaw. And the fact that Cone didn't know what "we don't F with you" meant was kind of funny. It's like when he kept telling him that, it's like, well, come on, don't you get what he's talking when he gets to say?
Clarence, you got to do that.
We don't mess with you.
No, but you got to do that. You got to make it look like a misunderstanding.
Right.
You don't want them to know that you know fully well what's going on, because then you might get more rap.
Oh, yeah.
But Clarence,
Exactly. Yes, I know I got to go.
see you tomorrow. Huh?
I appreciate
if you got
it.
some time. Appreciate you,
Take care.
fam.
God bless. Be
Hey.
safe. All right. Bye-bye.
And let's see, 49ers Breakdown says, when are you going to replace Jimmy with Trey behind your right shoulder? You could do Trey and Steve theme. No more current.
Randy's the first-year starter.
Exactly. You know what? Here's the thing.
First game.
Yes. But 49ers Breakdown, here's the thing. Thanks for the contribution. No more active players. If I was going to put anybody there, it'd probably be George Kittle. I don't trust anything anymore. I'm sticking with retired players from now on out. Steve Young should be up there anyway. So, Jimmy comes down, he gets replaced with Steve. We've not seen Trey do anything yet, and people already anointed him a Hall of Famer. I'll wait. And then since I've got jerseys now. I got about 4 or 5 jerseys I can't even use anymore. Those jerseys aren't cheap. So I'm saying, if I get into the no, man, just get Steve. Or anybody that's already retired. We got a lot of Hall of Famers. So, yeah. Hey, Fly Guy.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy.
Yeah.
Fly Guy, man, I'm looking at the upcoming competition. Our preseason is going to be one of the most exciting in the NFL. I'm trying to think of a team that has hardcore competition with such tough, elite athletes. I look at the defensive line. It's just stupid with competition. The linebackers. This already been said by people outside the organization. The 49ers may have the most talented depth. I mean, in the league as far as the linebacker crew goes, right? Then you look at that secondary, and we're assuming it's going to be Mosley and Javarius Ward. Don't bet any money on that. You know what? Javarius, yeah. But after that, who's going to play next to Javarius? It goes on. Running back room is crazy. Wait, pick a room and talk about it.
The whole team is crazy. From defensive tackle. I don't know about the offensive line, but from the defensive tackle, the defensive backs, the receiver room, tight end, even the QB. I like the QB now. With we got Jimmy G and Lance.
Yeah, but Sudfeld
we
cannot beat out Lance. I don't know about Purdy.
No, remember Jimmy G. Jimmy G's still here.
They can't. Jimmy. Honestly, they cannot keep Jimmy. It's too much money at this point.
But the owner said they willing to keep Jimmy if Jimmy is. I mean, you never know. They said they're willing to keep Jimmy. Yeah. You never know, Rumble. Well, Jimmy is
right.
like the insurance for the season. That's the insurance. If Lance start acting like he taught it within 3-4 games, this is where Jimmy come in again. Y'all tripping.
You know, it's really funny because I forget PFF has already ranked the 49ers they've already projected them as being a top 10 with Jimmy. I said, PFF go ahead and start some stuff here. Nah, I honestly don't see him. I don't see him staying.
If you really think about it, Ronbo, if you really think about it, what team is gonna take a chance to trade a player that bring you to the championship and the Super Bowl? And you got a rookie quarterback, you don't know what's gonna happen. You might just be like, you know what, I might keep this guy around just to, you feel me? Just to
insurance, maybe. But that's a lot of money to pay for insurance. Well, people do pay a lot for insurance, so don't they?
Not looking good. He's not ready yet. Jimmy G come in. I'm telling you, that's why Jimmy G ain't trade yet, because Kai kind of scared, because Jimmy G's the only quarterback Kai can win with. I mean, not the only, but he been proving it from years and years that with Jimmy, he can go to the Super Bowl, he can go to the championship, and without Jimmy G, he can't win nothing.
Well, that's because Mullins and CJ and
I don't think so.
Hoyer, that's all he's ever had.
Mullins and they decent little QBs. They're like Trey Lance, they decent QBs. But there's a reason. Like Jimmy G is a different kind of guy. You never know. Some players make you win. Some players just. Lance might be better than Jimmy, but he might not win more than Jimmy. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I was talking about that earlier. I said, you know what? No matter what anybody says about Jimmy Garoppolo, he's a damn magician. Whatever the end of the game, he's probably going to be a winner, no matter. So that's why I've always liked him too. And he does make plays. He doesn't get enough credit for the plays he makes, but he does make plenty of plays. He gets credit for every mistake, but the good plays, nobody notices. Or well, a lot of people don't notice.
Lance can be way better, but can he win? That's the question. Can he win? He might make long touchdowns, pretty passes, but can he win? We don't know that. You feel me? Jimmy G has proven that.
It's a leadership element, and usually that comes from having to gain respect. That is something to think about. Jimmy came in from a polished program in New England. He came in, he led the team immediately. He took over. They immediately followed him like a bunch of little kids. So it's going to be interesting to see the transition. But those guys are pretty much grown up now on the team around Lance, so they just don't need that element like they needed it 2 years ago. As I'm thinking.
So you think they went into Jimmy G, have they cut him?
Well, it's just it's a financial burden at this point. You don't. If every team in the league, everybody knows if you could have two high quality quarterbacks like back in the days we had Steve Young and Joe Montana. Woo! Everybody would do it if you could, but it's unfeasible as far as how expensive it is.
Do the math. Jimmy G, $27 million, right?
Yeah.
How much Lance is making? 10?
Somewhere 10, yeah. Something at least that. That's 37 already.
That's 37. So we got other team that's getting QB for 50 a year. Come on, we can't afford that.
Wait. What team has got $50 million worth of quarterbacks?
KC and Mahomes got $500 million.
Oh, yeah. Well, but that's just one guy. Mahomes is like, oh my God, they're gonna walk that back in another year. So otherwise, they're not gonna have any players to play on that team.
We got room. We just gotta readjust the contracts, make them work. We can keep Jimmy G just for insurance. Look, we don't want to go that season and look like and we just downgrade like, oh, what the hell we did. Now we got kiddos saying like, hey, what happened here? Like. We want to keep somebody around to even Lance something start to go bad. Jimmy G come in and we start to win some game back to back. Jimmy G get hurt. Lance come back.
Because he's gonna get hurt. I don't think he wants. I think Jimmy mentally is checked out of San Francisco. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking he's ready to go on to his next team, get settled in. Get the thing going. I don't know that he wants to play the 49ers, especially after what's taking place here.
I don't think Jimmy G want to leave. Wherever Debo is at, Jimmy G stands.
Yeah. Maybe that's what's wrong with Debo now. They want to go wherever they go together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is done. He's not coming back. Let it go.
Emilio, Emilio works in Santa Clara. He knows. But you know what? There's no way to know. The 49ers feasibly, it doesn't mathematically figure. So, and as I say, I don't think if I'm an owner and Jimmy G looks like he's checked out, I ain't gonna bother him any further.
I just saw today, same thing they was talking about. They don't see how 49ers would cut Jimmy G without Lentz proving he can win. They were to keep him and see what happens first before they let Jimmy G go, because Jimmy G is a proven winner. I watched that show today. It's like, it makes sense.
But
I would not cut someone and then just bring a rookie in and be like.
But what if he does? Now, what do you do?
Huh?
Well, now, what if Lance does prove that he can handle it? Now, what do you do, though?
Then that's when the talk come in, the trade talk. Like, hey, anybody need a QB here? Anybody need a QB there? That's what they say. 49ers got the leverage now to keep both guys. That's what they say. They got the leverage. They're very comfortable. Keep both guys till Lentz can prove that he's the guy. Then you start to make talk about Jimmy G trade. But right now it's like you can't do that. You're in a comfortable zone now. You got two QB. You can switch back and forth.
No,
for $27 million, you can forget about it, buddy.
But actually, it could be that the 49ers may be more serious than we think about wanting to get something for G. They seem to be hell-bent on just not letting him go for free because, like you're saying, G will get a job immediately after he leaves. And if the 49ers are left there with nothing but a third-round pick, which is probably not bad because that compensatory pick, I think, is round 3. It's interesting.
Nowadays, a draft pick is nothing. Nobody cares about no draft pick.
I know.
So people give like 3-4 draft pick away. They don't care about a draft pick. The reason Jimmy
blame the Rams.
Pick, how you think we got Kittle? How you think we got somebody? How you think we got Debo? You can even cut that out, man. Jimmy is gone. Jimmy is the fact. He's no more.
When I mean
said he's gone. Let it go.
Yeah, but those are already the 49ers picks. Those are already our picks.
When I mean
he's going to get another pick.
When I mean draft pick don't mean nothing. You can get draft picks like crazy. Like we gave everything for Lentz, and this year we got more players in the draft. Yeah. So you don't think you want about a pick here or a pick there? Of course we're gonna get draft picks. It's not just like 10, 15. We're gonna get draft picks. So we're not worrying about Jimmy G, getting pumped for Jimmy G. The reason they ain't trade Jimmy G yet is because they're not fully sure what's going to happen yet.
Well, the thing is, too, also, I'm looking at a quarterback, and contrary to what people think about him, 2 out of 3 years, no matter what else, that quarterback was with you. NFCCG 2 times, 1 Super Bowl. That has value. I don't care what anybody thinks about him. That has value. So if I just let him walk, I don't know. It's like I'm throwing away money. I'm thinking that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, because the same thing that the show was saying today. Like, why would you want to trade that without knowing what Lentz is going to prove on the field? You don't know. So why would I just keep Jimmy G anyway till Lentz can prove something going on?
It's still too expensive, though. We got unless you want to end up like the Kansas City Chiefs are going to end up another year or two. You ain't gonna have no players. So because you got a lot of high priced players now. You got Bosa and you got our wide receiver Debo. You've got guys you still need to pay, and you got guys that are getting high salaries now. You can't have everybody. The cap ruined that a long time ago.
Jimmy G will be a free agent by then.
Yeah, well, see, then he walks for free, and the 49ers are probably trying to avoid that.
No. That means he can walk, and they ain't got to pay him no more. This year, he can run the team.
Yeah.
It works both ways, so I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we're gonna find out, and wouldn't it be funny? We might find out tomorrow. I don't know that they can do it tomorrow because I don't think G can pass a physical. But, I don't know. I think the June 1st deadline is going to make something happen. We're going to find out. Let me tell you what. I'll see you tomorrow, though. See what happens. All right.
Yeah.
And Clarence Lee says, replace Jimmy G with Jerry Ronnie Steve. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, enough of current players. Man, people are revolving door with the players. I mean, we had a fat head every year. I ain't going to be doing that. Sorry. For those of you who want Trey, I'm not doing it. I'm done with current players. Casey. Casey. See, Casey, man, you know, Casey's out driving around. I was worried about it when he doesn't answer. Is he okay? Yeah. All right, I guess we're going to come back to Casey. Yo, Ellis! Ellis. Wait. Ellis! Is our phone okay?
Yo.
Oh, there he is. Ellis! Come on in, man.
Yo.
Looking at these rooms, man. I'm telling you, man, it's exciting stuff. I mean, I forget about Jordan, the guy that made that play in the playoffs. Because I'm all about Drake right now. Because that dude, you know, I watch every time I watch a highlight. Yeah, I didn't know about him. I don't watch no SC football, but that boy can play. So you know, I'm wondering what's going to happen there. In all the other rooms, tell us what room has got your attention the most.
Man, that's a tough one.
It is, ain't it? You can pick more than one.
The hell? I mean, there's a question mark in the running back room. I'll say that's one aspect.
Are you, Ellis? You're not talking about. You're not trying to say nothing. You're not throwing no shade on Trey, are you? Trey Sermon.
I'm putting a question mark on all. I'm putting a question mark on everybody except Elijah Mitchell and Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting he is in that room.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is the best fullback in football. Yes, he is.
No doubt about it. No arguments anywhere.
Shit, he could be playing tight end.
He does that
Played
too.
tight end in college, but he could actually be doing that for us, or some disguise stuff just to throw off the other team.
You talk about Juice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already been doing that. Yeah. Often.
Well, shit, I've never seen him lined up on the offensive line.
I could have swore I've seen him line up on multiple spots on that line. I mean, I've seen him out on the edge.
If it happened, it was less than 10 times.
Oh yeah, maybe. He doesn't.
It wasn't enough to identify.
You know, the thing about this team is the plays Kyle's running. It doesn't call for Juice to be at too many spots. He can move him around here and there for a surprise or something to confuse the DC. But you know, we got beef, challenge. I mean, these teams are badass in every position. You know, who's going to take Debo out of spot? You know, who's going to take George out of spot? You know,
who's going to take Juszczyk out of the spot?
And then and he's got his spot too. So that's why he doesn't deviate a lot from it, I guess. Poor Ross.
Yeah, I'm just tired of him being a damn decoy. I want Kyle to start using him. He should have more touchdowns. He should have, a lot more yards. A lot more attempts. Or pass catches and stuff like that. I know Kyle just likes to use him as his utility guy for blocks and, all kinds of, other stuff that doesn't have anything to do with offensive production. But
But he's so good at that, though, Ellis. What he does is spring. I mean, Mostert would not have had the career he had in San Francisco without that dude. I mean, he is really key on so many of them dynamic runs.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But don't just use him to one of his strengths and not all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
.com. Anyway. Honestly, I'm looking at the cornerbacks. I'm looking to see what we can do. If Emmanuel comes back and is feeling good,
yeah,
then him and Ambry, can keep fresh legs, or they can utilize, Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, and Ambry, and then, mix it in and out with the other guys that we got and let them get some more experience. We still got Diamador. I'm hoping that he'll be able to, he'll have a better sophomore season. He actually got to get some experience, so that was good for him. And I'm hoping that he's able to take it up a notch so that he can be, utilized a bit more and we can have some security there. We got, Womack and the young rooks, but I'm interested in seeing what our cornerback room can can do this year, because that seems to be a weakness that in special teams. So, as a whole, the cornerback room is something that I'm looking at. It's cliche to do the offense and, the quarterbacks and wide receivers and all that stuff. I'm more confident in those rooms than, the ones that I'm speaking about.
You got a lot of receivers. You got a lot of receivers, including that new guy that people are talking about. You know what? Can anybody beat Jawan? Now, Debo and Ayuk, they're straight money. Nobody's going to move them out. Jawan Jennings, I think he's established himself as well. So you got 3 guys for sure, and we just drafted Gray. That's 4, right? There's a couple other guys in there, though, that have been showing promise. I forgot the guy's name. I just saw him talking about him the other day.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray is. He's going to have to be. I keep every time I look at a special teams player, I always think special teams has their own room. They don't. So Ray's 5. You get 1 more, maybe 2, and the rest go to practice squad if they're going to keep any.
Yeah, and then we got those guys that we drafted. Not drafted, that we picked up. We did get some undrafted free agent wide receivers.
One of them looks good. I forget which one.
From Hawaii. The one from Hawaii that everybody keeps talking about with that weird name.
Yeah.
Their last name. I'm on the.
He's been impressive.
And then there's one other guy too that came undrafted, and then we got the guy from the Colts, and we got I want to say 2 or 3 receivers that we got in at the end of the season, or throughout the off season that weren't drafts. We got a 6'4" guy,
Malik Turner. Is that the guy?
Oh, and Malik Turner. Yeah,
Breakdown. I think that's the guy I'm thinking about.
Yeah, from Seattle. I heard he was looking real good. So we need that depth, though. So I think that's that's going to be good. I feel like McLeod's going to be like a gadget guy. We'll be able to utilize him in several different ways. And since we're paying him, such a pretty penny, I feel like you using him just strictly for special teams would we wouldn't be getting the bang for our buck. So he's going to have to get used in other ways as well. Like Kyle was doing. I was saying with Debo, I feel like he'll be one of those guys to run some of those plays, especially getting to the outside. But it sounds like the run game is going to switch up a little bit. But that doesn't mean that Kyle's not going to still, incorporate or use his
stretch.
Use his usual, his with the outside runs and all that stuff and the zone stuff. So I'm hoping he still does that and doesn't completely run a completely new, run game and offense, because it's if the guys don't get acclimated to that as quickly, then that can delay the effectiveness of the offense. So, I'm all good with adding some other things to the playbook, but don't do a completely brand new offense, because everybody's not going to be able to, convert and be able to rise to the occasion to those kind of changes and adjustments. You throw off the continuity of the team, and they've been, most of these guys that have been here for 2 or more years are used to running things a certain way. So adding more plays to the playbook, I'm all for it, but don't completely revamp the whole offense.
Yeah, Ellis, what we got to worry about is that offensive line and what can they do. We got some great run blockers.
Right.
I just don't know how good Aaron Banks is just yet. So we're going to see. Now let's go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'll be back tomorrow. I can't wait till after practice. And what's so funny, Ellis? It's a crying shame. The main attraction tomorrow is Javon and Grant. You know what? They're going to grow up tomorrow. There's going to be no drama between those two. I just don't see it. So,
Yeah. Well, that's from what I understand,
it's over.
It's over with. But I'm, who's interested in talking about that anymore? That's pretty much water under the bridge for me.
I hope so.
We got more things to worry about.
And it's time to get serious about football. Absolutely. So if they start cutting up tomorrow, have them both go home. Right,
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Peace and love, Brother Ronbo. Thank you for the platform.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to the faithful, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. And wipe your feet, man. If you're not from here, always take your shoes off and wipe your feet before you get in here.
I love when he does that.
All
Shout
right.
out to the
Peace,
squad
fam.
too, fam.
Much love. Thank you. Peace.
Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, look at this competition coming up tomorrow because it's going to start getting real soon because the days go by and it's time to get into serious camp here soon. I tell you, this competition is going to get crazy. And I got the 2 rooms picked out. Emilio, I'm looking at the defensive line and that edge position and maybe the interior line as well because that dude we got from Texas is a bad boy. Long, rangy, quick, mean, and nasty. So, Eric Armstead probably won't be challenged, but that dude's got some Eric Armstead things about him, along with a little extra meanness. I like that. But the edge is going to be the thing. And then you got, of course, as I mentioned, the linebacker room. What are you looking at?
I mean, I get what you're looking at, but I'm like, they're good. That's not the place where we ain't kind of look at. We need to worry about a running back.
Yeah, well, they are.
Our offensive line and our running back is kind of what we need to look at.
See, but I think I'm going to be yawning looking at that offensive line. I hope not, though.
I mean, we got to because, that's what kind of where we need help. That's where Trey needs to get protection from. We're going to stand down.
Just that
and then our
sentence scares me to death.
Going to stand down.
Damn.
I mean,
right? The offensive line is not good.
Hey.
The running game suffers. Trey suffers.
No. It's like I said, linebackers, the corners, we got different corners there. Basically, the defense is fine. We don't need to worry about the defense.
Actually.
The offense is where we need to find if we're good or we have holes in it.
But you know what? There's no competition on those rooms. I mean, the guys that are going to play offense, how many offensive linemen are going to be challenged? Right now, we already know who the starters are.
Do we?
Okay, tell me if you got any question about these names. You got Trent over on the left side. I know you got no question about that. Now, Aaron Banks, all right, we don't even know who's going to start at center unless Alex Mack is going to go ahead and tell somebody what he's going to do. Who's playing right guard?
That's one.
Who's playing right guard?
Who's going to play right guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a question. That's like I said. Our questions are on the offensive line.
I think it's going to be Brunskill. I pick somebody you think it can beat Brunskill out of the right guard. So that's the sad thing about this.
No, there isn't. But like I said, that's where it's concerned. There has to be competition there. They have to push themselves. Somebody has to stand up.
You bring some tissues because you'll be crying a lot watching them.
Somebody's got to figure. Somebody wants to start. Somebody needs to have a starting job. So,
Damn.
If McGlinchey's not going to do his job, you got to replace McGlinchey. So it's just, if it's Brunskill, you have to replace all these guys. So
I have a feeling McGlinchey's going to be okay.
We still got to
for
see
some reason.
we got to see if Banks is going to return out.
Question mark.
All of a sudden, they just sat him because they didn't say he was ready. All of a sudden, he is ready.
I know. All of a sudden, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think we're just getting with our line, but it's just, are these guys ready to play? Besides Trent Williams, are all these guys ready to play?
Well, they have no choice. It's their job. But can they get it done?
Yeah. So, I'm just more waiting on the line and then go back to running backs too.
I forgot about Spencer Buford, though, or Burford. I didn't forget about him.
Yeah,
baby.
Burford.
Yeah, baby, okay. 49ers breakdown, thank you. I forgot about him. He's a rookie offensive lineman, though. They don't usually come in smoking. Every now and then you hear one that comes in right out of school and goes to work. But usually it takes a little while.
No, it does. And it's just for me, for the most part, the team is just our offensive line because that's where he's
games win.
That's
where the offense is going to have to live by.
That's where he's going to need his most help.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at Jimmy did all right with the line. Basically, kind of one less lineman than we had last year. Jimmy did pretty good. So But you also got to look at it's not the same experience, so that kind of falls back a little bit. So it's the upside and downside to it. So
remember, we got George Kittle. As long as you got George Kittle, I feel like you can band-aid that offensive line. And Charlie Warner is a good blocker. We have tight ends that can get it done. I don't. Dwelly's not.
I'm all for that. But we really
don't have to.
Kittle to be. We need Kittle out there to really go up and pass. We need him to keep being like Kelsey, going out there for the pass.
Well, yes, you know.
We just can't keep having Kittle block. I mean, it's a good thing, and he doesn't mind it. So we need some offense out of Kittle.
Yeah, I
That's when
agree.
we're really explosive. This is when we put up 40 points on the team when Kittle's out.
Yeah.
He's open. You have Debo out there. You have like Yuka here. You want Jennings. So it's just you cannot keep having Kittle back there blocking. It's cool.
But he's one of the best at it. That's the only reason he's doing it. Kelsey ain't. So,
No, I get that. I understand that. But it's just we still need Kittle to be explosive. We need him to catch the ball and score a touchdown.
I agree.
We just can't have him back there. Because then it's the time you're wasting half of his talent doing what he does best.
Yeah.
They didn't pay him just for blocking. They paid him because he's one hell of our offensive catch.
Well, traditionally, your tight end, he does pretty much, that's a percentage of his job. But you want George because he can definitely catch that ball and get into position to make plays. So I agree with that. But, and it's just not enough positions on the field. Because Charlie Warner's not a bad blocker. Damn good, actually. So you let Charlie block, use him 2 tight end sets, and put George in motion. I agree.
No, it worked. Like I said, I'm all for that. But sometimes it's kind of like putting a bench on the offensive line, putting Kittle out there. Mm-hmm. Like I said, to be more explosive, you need Kittle to be out there catching the ball. Mm-hmm. Or at least being a distraction out in the pass game.
And he does great decoy work too. So if he's zooming off that line, going out in the flat, see that distorts what a defense is trying to do. So that's definitely a good idea.
Hey, you always know he's always good for a first down too.
Right.
We need him out there. We don't just need him blocked.
What does that mean? He got that from one of the WWE guys with 3 fingers pointed down. You know. George kills me. Oh, we never lose that guy. Oh, we retire as a 49er. George Kittle is dude is awesome. Love him.
That's a good thing for him because when you think about how long he's going to be on the team, and then, eventually if Trey does work out, we're going to have to pay Trey.
Well, if George is still healthy, you don't look at him. You look around the lineup, but I ain't getting rid of George. If Trey's there, George may be the reason he is. So,
Yeah.
George already had his payday. I guess he could get an extension, though.
Well, yeah, you get extensions most likely. Because usually most players get one paycheck. You get about 2 paydays. Mm. That's usually what they get. They get the first one, and they get that second one.
Maybe. That's why they call it NFL. Not for long. Terrible. Get beat up. I mean, you look at the NBA and baseball players, but you can play till you're 90 years old playing baseball and still get long money, but not football.
I don't want to get into baseball. Baseball, I know that people love baseball, but it's a boring game. All that game is about the pitcher and the batter.
It's a tradition.
Each his own, but it's about two players the whole game.
The pitcher and the batter. It's a long American tradition. But I'm talking about as far as getting paid. And then the NBA, see, I want to be like Kyrie Irving. I get paid $30-40 million a year, and I play when I feel like I want to play. Basketball players get all the money. God.
Well, you got to be first off. You got to make the Kyrie Irving status. You're going to get paid.
See,
it's like saying Curry gets paid for doing nothing. Curry gets paid because you shoot that ball.
You get a lot of static too. I cannot imagine being an NBA player, and everybody expects their team to win a championship every year. Kyrie Irving can't walk down too many streets in Philadelphia, man. Because he bailed. Anyway, we get back to football.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Like I said, my concern is the only thing I'm going to be looking at is our offensive line. Everybody else is ready set. The other thing is our running back. Who's really going to stand out besides Mitchell? And, What's his new running back you got? I forgot his name.
Tyrion
DDP or
Davis Price, and
okay, yeah. Sorry,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Wilson Jr. and JaMychal Hasty.
You know what? I honestly don't think Wilson will make the roster. I don't think so. He might be on the
you can keep Michael Hasty?
Even Hasty, those are just kind of
You
like,
can't get rid of all of them, Emilio. We don't have no running backs as it is. By week 12, you're making a phone call. Hey, you on the team yet? No, coach, you ain't paying no attention? I'm looking for a job. You got one. Get in here tomorrow. You know? Because we lose people every year in that running back room like crazy.
As of now, supposedly we have like 3 starters. We look at Mitchell, we have Sherman, and we have DDP.
I need a backup for each. I need 6 running backs, Emilio. I need 6. I'm going to put 3 on the practice squad, and I'm going to keep 3 available. It's hell out there. Man, terrible.
Well, we can't keep them all. So, and
practice squad, you can't.
yeah.
Anyway, Emilio, we're going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, I can't wait till tomorrow for so many reasons. Maybe if I look afternoon, it seems that the rift between Javon Kinlaw and Grant Cohn is still alive and well and kicking. Coach Shanahan had to break them up today, along with about 5 other people.
Did you hear that one post that Kinlaw put up and put down?
I know. Kinlaw, listen, honestly, Javon is not that kind of mature person. He's still mad. I promise you. I've known them kind of dudes before.
Wow,
they stay mad for months.
No, football players are the worst for holding grudges.
Just tell you.
You see Aaron Rodgers still has to. You see Aaron Rodgers still has to.
They're mad at the 49ers as an organization. Exactly.
And yet he can't beat. He can never beat him when he can't. So that's fine. He can stay mad.
I'm going to see you tomorrow, pal. We'll see what happens.
You have a good night.
All right. Night, Emilio. Let's go back. Let's go back and check on KC. Celtics in 5.
Hey, we're taking Ronbo.
Casey, Celtics in 5.
Ronbo.
I got the Warriors in 6. Yeah, hey.
Oh yeah, likewise.
Yeah, you okay? Because I always think, no, Casey's okay. He's that kind of guy that he's always going to be on top of the action.
Casey passed out or something. Yeah. No, I was inside Rayleigh's buying a lint roller because I have a 100-pound Newfoundland that is shedding a lot right now.
Don't you love that? Just don't wear anything black. Or else she'll be rolling and rolling and rolling. Yeah. Hair just drives to that color. You know?
Well, actually, no, because she is black, so it's white, but it's really, she's not that bad at all, to be honest. She's just a good girl, and
they're awesome dogs.
And she's starting to shed a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway.
So what's what's on the table tonight?
Yeah, we're looking at
Who's terrorizing Javon Kinlaw today?
No, not yet. Tomorrow. And, everybody's going to be looking. You know what? I was talking about the events, the rooms we have. The 49ers every room's got so much talent. The challenge is going to be just so much fun to watch this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and tomorrow, the reporter's going to be out there. But in the meantime, I was trying to look at this running back room. And the sympathies are going out for Trey Sermon because nobody's talking about him now. They went and got Ty Davis Price, which says, Trey, you know what? We're going to give you another shot, but we believe this huge mountain of a man is going to have to take your job unless you can do something about it. And then you got
Ronbo, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That's the interesting part for me this year is what's going to happen with Elijah Mitchell. Elijah seems like I say, he's an interesting character.
Elijah's he's just got to stay healthy, and he's trying to get stronger.
Yeah,
he just gets hurt a lot, but that boy can play.
Well, it seems like the whole team gets hurt a lot, Ronbo.
Now see, that's the truth, ain't it? Oh, it's such the truth. Can we get past that? Every year Casey be coming every year with anticipation of having a great year. Week 5, the 49ers have 3 key starters out. Oh, this is what every year this happens. This year's our year.
It's pretty nuts.
It's not happening.
No, it's pretty ridiculous. 2 years ago they had almost 9 digits on their IR. So
Makes
I
no
mean, that's
sense.
just unheard of.
Other teams don't.
And
How come us?
when
Why?
last year Jeff Wilson was eating a salad and he tore his lunch, he tore his meniscus eating his lunch. So
WTF,
I mean, who knows
right?
what's going to happen?
Wow.
Yeah, but gosh, what were we just talking about? Yeah, Elijah, man. Elijah does enough things well that it's going to be really tough to overtake Elijah. I imagine it would be really tough because 2-yard Trey, as I call him, is not going to be able to do that, I don't think. And David Price looks pretty promising, but
Well, so that's what they
as
want.
far
They
as
want
just
that.
overall
They want
running
that
back.
thunder and lightning thing. Elijah's going to represent the lightning, of course, and the thunder is going to. It's looking like Davis Price right now. The 49ers are going to want that because he's the biggest guy in the room.
And Ronbo, I'm never going to call him 2-yard Trey ever again. Like that's not a nickname.
It's kind of mean.
Sermon.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just I'm unimpressed, Ronbo. I've only seen him get 2 yards of carry, and I haven't seen like a flash at all. I don't know. Elijah's really good. Like he's like probably the unsung hero of the team last year. So
as little as he is, the guy doesn't get taken down with the first shot normally. And he was. I was trying to remember all year. Did he ever get knocked backwards? I don't think he has. He is tough.
No, he really is. I think he plays bigger than he looks. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I really can't say enough about Elijah. I haven't seen anything. Like he's not fumble prone. He's not. Like there's, he doesn't have he catches well. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be tough. That'll be the most interesting thing because with this team, the running back position is just used in such a way that as long as you got 2 feet, you're probably going to be able to get some good yardage in Kyle's offense.
Yeah, and you can read your blocks because the offensive line dictates how well you're going to do it, and that's why Mostert was just the king. Mostert could key off his offensive line with one step. Boom, he's off to the next jump step. Boy, right like a maze. Oh, I wish he was never here.
There's a lot of people.
Ow.
There's a lot of people on this team that just I feel like never got a chance. Like Jet McKinnon, Jalen Hurd. Gosh, who else, man? There's a few players that I would have really liked to see Jet McKinnon get another year, but
he was good in Kansas City last year, and he wasn't full speed yet.
Michael James, man, whatever happened to Michael James, man? We had one good year with Michael James.
Is it APB out of him?
There's a lot of
that last year.
Good players, Ronbo.
I know everybody's looking for Michael James, and I loved him, but yeah.
Is he still alive, Ronbo? I don't even know where he is.
You know what? Because last year, I think he was around. I don't know that he's trying to play. He's not trying to play football anymore, of course. But
who knows?
Michael James is a good football player.
Ronbo, maybe he sells insurance.
Maybe. Since getting hurt
is
something he wants to prevent.
Jalen Hurd's up to do. Maybe Jalen Hurd's selling movie tickets right now, Ronbo. Who knows? He made over $2 million, that guy.
He invested probably
$2 million, that Jalen Hurd.
Poor guy. And the guy had so much football skill and talent. What a waste.
Yeah.
You know what? He's young. He could be
Lord.
making a comeback next year or something. He might be just getting himself fully and completely in shape. So,
Ronbo, this guy was so good that I'm just going to talk about him every offseason until the end of time.
It's a crying shame, Case. I agree.
It's going to be 2035, and we're going to be talking about Jalen Hurd.
I know it. What could have been and what Kyle had planned for him in the first place. Okay, you know what? Man. I can't even ignore this. Ready to go. He says the Warriors have no history like the Rams. Ready to go talks. I wish he'd read more instead of talking. Boy, his flash and ignorance. The Warriors they're setting a record now for NFC championship games. Didn't they win the last 6 out of 8 times they've been involved?
You mean for the Western Conference? Yeah.
The Warriors.
They're nuts. Man.
They have no history ready to go? What kind of history? What is that? Okay. He doesn't understand. He just says things. I'll have to learn to stop reading his posts. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Somebody's school ready to go. Educate him. Poor guy. Anyway, I'm looking
man.
at
Shout out Steph, man. Shout out the Warriors, man. You know, that guy Steph, man. He's like, you know, the NBA's Bay Area version of Buster Posey. You know what I mean? He's just
I
a
know, man. You know,
perfect athlete for the team. You know, for the franchise. You know, so I hope they do it, man. I sure hope they do. I don't think the Celtics will stop them.
nah. That it's going to be a good series, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, if you got Clay and Steph, and every time Steph slows down, Clay speeds up. You know,
Exactly. No, yeah, they're gonna win it. They're gonna win it Game 6 for sure.
And
Good point,
Wiggins,
Ronbo. They got Clay back.
Wiggins is frightening. He'll posterize anybody out on the. He ain't even one of the main stars.
Ronbo, hey, this is enough talk about other sports, Ronbo. I'm trying to hit a parlay all day. I'm 0 for 4. I can't talk other sports right now. I'm just trying to zone in on football because
Is hockey underway? Not yet. At least
Ronbo, the craziest game of my life. It was 8-6. The Avalanche and the Oilers tonight. Craziest game ever.
There you go. You know, because baseball. Yeah, do you get involved in baseball?
Of course, man, and I hate the Baltimore Orioles. That's all I have to say, Ronbo.
I gotta go.
Because they have the worst logo in sports, Ronbo. I'm losing, and I'm looking at this logo, and this bird brain smiling at me while parlay. Ronbo.
Yeah, Casey, you have some good days though. You're gonna win. It's all ebb and flow, ebb and flow. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Okay.
Squirrel gets a nut. Yeah.
All right, Casey. Have a good night, man. Oh God. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony. Well, Tony, we're looking at what's going to be almost nearly as fun, I would say, as the season. When you look at who's going to make this team and how the action's going to be in each one of those rooms. These guys, can you imagine a bunch of guys that are as good as these guys in each one of these rooms we're talking about that are going to be going up against each other? It ain't about anybody else but this. I mean, you're individually going out there to search yourself. I'm the guy you need, okay? Well, Aziz, we hear you talking. You got to prove that. And Trey Sermon, the forgotten one from last year's draft. Listen, Coach, I feel like I'm getting disrespected around here. So? About what? Yeah, I don't hear nobody even considering me in any future plans. So, I'm thinking, Trey, you got to get in there, man. So, Price Davis is probably going to take anything he's going to do. And then we're looking at the defensive back room, the secondary, and the running back room. Tony, pick one and get into it. What are your feelings?
Oh, this year's team's going to be harder to pick than a broken nose, remember?
I've had that happen before in a martial arts tournament I got hit. And it is. You can't put your finger in there, and it's still clogged. Don't I like that analogy. I'm going to remember that one. Go ahead.
But, I mean, the biggest competition would have to be wide receivers and running backs, wouldn't it?
The
wide
receiver,
most
running backs,
worried.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The wide receiver room, yeah. As far as keeping depth, because the first three guys are probably pretty much established. Maybe. Well, you know what? The first two guys, you're right. Jawan's not promised to beat everybody out behind Debo and Ayuk.
That's the one that concerns me is the O-line.
Everybody. That's why I don't talk about it. Tony, I'm so worried about that. I don't even talk about it. I can't stand it. It's just scaring me to death.
I mean, Trent Williams is coming back.
That's it. Yeah. Alex Mack won't tell you.
Mack, he's dicking around with his wife. Then what do you got left to pick with? School? Pick from? School, Banks.
I forgot about him. Oh, my God.
Jack Brendel.
Yeah.
Brunskill.
Yeah.
Compton.
Oh, no, Compton's gone. He's in Denver.
Oh, he's gone?
He's going to get Russell Wilson killed. Yeah. Wilson's used to it. He's a good run blocker, though. Yeah.
And then, you got Alfredo.
Oh yeah. Well, if you listen to Lombardi, he doesn't think that Alfredo. I mean, Gutierrez. I don't think he's going to make this. I don't know.
McKivitz.
Nobody talks about him. You know, I worry about guys nobody mentions in any media.
Jalen Moore, is he still there?
Yeah, he's there, and nobody's talking about him. Compton beat him out last year, Tony. Remember the 49ers said, we're looking to see who's going to merge between Compton and Moore to make a decision as to who's going to continue throughout the rest of the season. Isn't that sad?
And then you got, hopefully one of Spencer Burford, or that Nick Zakeel.
Oh.
We could use one of them two guys.
I forgot about the guys
both of them.
Yeah, I forgot about the guys we drafted.
Yeah. That Spencer Burford bloke intrigues me.
Well,
and Nick Zakeel. Because
and Zakeel's got an
big
attitude.
tickets on them two guys.
Yeah, I like Zakeel too because he's got a bad attitude. I like an offensive lineman with a real bad attitude. The ref's got to blow the whistle twice and yell at him. I love that. That means he's out for bear.
What about UDFAs? Did we get any other line?
I can't recall any at the moment.
Jason Poe.
Oh, but Poe is. They say he's under. I don't know why do they say he's undersized? He goes 300 pounds. I don't get it.
Sam I can't say it.
Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. I forgot his.
Schluter.
Yeah.
German name.
See, these guys. It's a long shot they're going to make the team. Unless they do something outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, and then who was a guy we got rid of?
Who? What position?
Or he left? O-line.
O-line. Who do we have leave? We lost, Compton left. I can't think of any other offensive linemen that we just that were playing that we lost though. Oh, we got
Didn't we lose it?
The guy from Cleveland.
Lose a couple of them?
Yeah, the guy from Cleveland's gone, I think. He was hurt last year. See, these guys are names we don't remember because they didn't do anything, Tony. That's the thing. So
Contavious Street's on the D line, isn't he? Yeah.
Contavious is in Louisiana, I think. I think he's with the Saints.
Oh, is he? He's gone too.
Yeah, he's gone too.
I forgot about Lincoln Tomlinson.
He's gone.
You know what I'm saying? Why would you got all these guys and you let go of someone like Lincoln Tomlinson? And you got a
Iron Man Lincoln Tomlinson, Tony. The guy never got hurt. You know? Never missed a snap, except for one time he lost his shoe.
That's what I meant, you know?
Yeah.
And you could have kept that guy and then shifted through the debris after. Now you've just got debris left.
This is what they do, Tony. They draft people. They drafted Aaron Banks in hopes that he would come in because they knew they didn't want to pay Lakin this year because he was going to be far too much for him to pay, right? So they got Aaron Banks, and he comes in, and they tutor him. I mean, they get him in a learning program all year long. And so he didn't come out last year. And so now John Lynch. You know how John Lynch is, right? Don't you ever watch John Lynch? The guy could run for an office, political office. He's got that big grin on his face. And people misunderstand. They think that we held Lakin Tomlinson out for it because he was inadequate or something. But no, we're working on Lakin Tomlinson. We had it planned in this fact. John, stop it. Stop it, John. You know, what are you talking about? We could have used him last year on the right side of that line. I don't know if he's ready.
Well, like I said before, John Lynch, I believe John Lynch's voice and football brain is limited in that organisation.
Well,
by whatever Carl says, Carl gets.
Yeah.
But
really know.
John's a great football brain. You know what I mean?
Well, he's a great player, and I mean, he doesn't.
Can't say Lynch is Yeah, you can't say Lynch is an idiot
No.
by any stretch of the imagination. Especially when it comes to his position, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when on the field when he used to play.
And, you know, Adam Peters is the guy behind the scene. And they gave Adam a raise in status and pay, I'm sure. But, you know, if John were to leave and we had Adam Peters running that department, I wonder if we'd miss a beat. Although I like Litch because of his BSing. I really do. I find it very hilarious.
Him and George Kittle can get together and form a team.
If I had a PR organization and I was running, I'd ask George and John. I want John to be my spokesperson, and I put George on the ground. He'd be my guy. They go visit people. Everybody loves George. The guy's a lovable guy. He'd have. I mean, you know, you gotta sign the paper, man.
Look, as long as we've got Chris Kasurik still on this team, I think we're fine. If we lose him, everything starts going downhill. But,
amen to that. I Chris Kasurik is the reason why we've done as well as we have been doing on defensive line. Well, Tony, we're going to have to go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be back looking for you tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow's developments as camp is back in, and so are the reporters, and we'll see what we got. All right?
yeah. Well, harder to pick than a broken nose might end up with, what's his name?
Grant
Cohen.
I knew you were going to say that. Jamal's not going to do it. He knows. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, mate. Shout out to everyone and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Tony. And let's go over here. Hustle over to see what's going on with Raymond. Raymond, wait, here from Raymond and Frap. Raymond! Raymond. I will come back to Raymond. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, I'm sitting here enjoying the fact that we have more competition in every room, and I don't know if we're appreciating it as much as we should, but whoever emerges from the competitions that we have going on in this particular preseason, well, there's no doubt about, boy, we've got a blue chip player. My God. And there could be a mistake made. You know what? I do see. Let me ask you this, Stephen. You can get into whatever else you want to talk about. But my question to you is this. Between Dre Greenlaw and Azeez Al-Shar, if you got to make a choice between the two, what are you going to do?
Honestly, I'd go Azeez all day. Azeez has showed me more progress in last season with his injured arm than I think a healthy Armstead has, in honest opinion. That's
Dre Greenlaw.
I'm going, yeah, honestly, I like Azeez a lot better. He's faster. He's got better football IQ than Greenlaw. Greenlaw is more like a bruiser, but Azeez is just everywhere.
But remember,
he's like a spider monkey, just everywhere and anywhere.
Steven, remember, though, it was Dre Greenlaw in Game 1 of the season that broke Don Burr's heart with that INT into the end zone to end the game, basically. Right from the first quarter.
It was the beginning of the season, though, Ronbo, like literally the beginning of
and
the
then
season.
We had a bad leg coming to the season. It never would heal. Every time we tried to do something, it would snap again. So, yeah. But anyway, I've got no argument to offer. Azeez was awesome last year. Just freaking awesome. Yeah. So, yeah.
And imagine that. We signed him, and his first actual season with the 49ers, he just went off.
Well, no, you know what? The year before last, he came in as a UDFA, and it was a mistake that the 49ers got wind of. Somebody said he was injured during some period, which confused other GMs around the league, and the 49ers got an inside line on him.
Yeah.
Said, okay, we'll take him, you know?
Oh, he was just right for the taking, honestly. I mean, I'm excited because it's like there's so many X factors. That's no joke. But there's so many X factors we can talk about. But it's not about that, Ronbo. It's about who is the most. Let's think about the most underrated player that no one's talking about right now, that nobody has said a single thing about. And I got to go, honestly, that's a tough one, but I got to go with, what's his name? Dwelly. I really think he might actually have a breakout season this season. Ross Dwelly might actually be an X factor. You know,
what's leading you to think that way?
Just the overall factor of like Dwelly. I don't know. I have this odd feeling. Usually, when I get this niche feeling about a certain player breaking out that season, it's gonna happen. I mean, think about it. Like when I said that. Who was it? God, I called it last year. Oh my God.
Did he break out?
I'm trying to remember. He did have a breakout season. He did.
Was it wide receiver?
And I was like, was it? I think it was. No.
Okay, so was it Jennings? Because I didn't see Jennings looking like he did last year going into the season.
No. It was a running back. I'm trying to remember who, though.
Oh, running back. Well, was it JaMychal Hasty or Elijah Mitchell? Did you?
No, I did say Elijah Mitchell was going to be like an underdog. I did say like, oh yeah, he's going to break out. He's going to surprise everybody.
He did.
Yeah,
well, you're right. Shocked is more like the term.
So I think Dwelly might get a lot more play time and he might get more hands on the ball. Now, if we want to talk about that running back room, it's extensive. It's extensive. Do I think JaMychal Hasty is going to make a team this season? Yes. You know who isn't going to make it though? I hate to break a lot of people's hearts. It's going to be Trey Sermon.
Oh!
It's going to be Sermon. Yeah, Sermon's going to get knocked out of the practice spot. JaMychal Hasty's going to take that spot, and we're gonna find out why. You know, granted, JaMychal Hasty, his main thing is he can't seem to stay on the field long enough to be healthy.
Yeah.
And he had those 2 fumbles, which is like, that's a big no-no. But when he has control of the ball, he is a bruiser at heart. He is a true at heart running back, real shifty, real quick, real bruiser-like mentality.
Don't forget about that jump step. I love his jump steps, boy. Those are nice.
Yeah. And now, if we're talking about a wide receiver, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Okay, name 2 more because you already know Debo. That's 2. Ayuk and Debo. That's already 2 spots. Jawan Jennings. That's 3 spots. Number 4, you got the new kid Gray, and you got 5, 6. I don't know how many receivers the 49ers plan on carrying, but 5, 6.
Do we still have Mohamed Sanu?
No, they didn't sign. They didn't re-sign Muhammad. That's true. They did not. Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many players that we signed. It's hard to keep track, especially in the wide receiver room.
And guys got put out too.
Honestly, I think Danny Gray. It's going to be Danny Gray and Brandon Ayuk having a breakout season, especially Brandon Ayuk.
That's saying something.
Debo's going to get dethroned. I'll be real with you. Debo's going to get dethroned because if he keeps complaining about playing that wide back position, he's not going to get as many hands on the ball as he thinks he is. And I hate to break it to a lot of fans, but I think that's how it's going to go. If you want to complain about your position, you're not going to get that play time.
You know what's really funny, Stephen? Nobody said a word about. Here we are going into June, and Debo's got to be smoking hot. That nobody's even talking to him about his salary. About his salary increase. I don't know why. Yeah. They insist on doing this. The 49ers do. Anyway, this is not setting well with him. I'm wondering what kind of season he's going to have. I hope he's working out.
Now, I do want to mention, if there is someone I think is also going to have a breakout season, and it's kind of like foreshadowing because when we signed him, we kind of already knew. Actually, no, two more players. One defense, one offense. And it was kind of like already foreshadowing when we signed him, like what was going to happen. And I think it's going to be Travarius Ward for sure.
Oh,
he's going to go. He's going to go crazy.
Forgetting about him. All right.
And then Ray McLeod. I cannot stress this enough. Ray McLeod was such a blue chip player signing that I didn't think the 49ers had it in them to sign. I had no idea that they were going to go for Ray at all. If anything, I just thought they would have went for Juju and then let Debo walk.
No, we got plenty of receivers. Juju would actually end up playing behind Debo. So, you go ahead. Our special teams is what suffered. So you go ahead and get that quick guy that was the best in the league. The best in the business last year, and you can get him for whatever. You take him. Well, what did we give up for him? It was a trade with the Steelers.
It was a trade with the Steelers, and it was it was I call it a corn chip trade because it cost them nothing, like figuratively nothing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, these are two players. I can't stress it enough, Ronbo. It's going to be Ray McLeod and Javarius Ward. They're going to take the world by storm. And if Trey Lance, if the rumors are true that Trey Lance eliminated that wobble from his throwing hand, oh man, it's over. It's over.
You know,
the Rams are going to be.
But that wobble in the first place was due to him throwing off the wrong finger.
No, I heard it was because of a broken finger.
That's what I mean.
He was throwing off the wrong finger because he broke his finger.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why the ball was doing that because that wasn't really what he didn't have to develop it. He just needed his finger back, you know. So he should be fine.
Ronbo, it's the lethal weapons he has, plus the defense. Oh man, having Drake Jackson on the same side as Nick Bosa.
Man. But Steven, that's where I'm wondering. He's got to emerge. There's going to be some tough competition coming off that other side of that football. I mean, off the edge. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he can actually hold off Jordan Willis, Ibukum. There's a couple other guys involved too. Kerry Hyder's over there. There's a lot of experienced guys over there that are looking to keep him underneath their thumb. Can they do it? If Drake can bust out and be the most talented one of the bunch, oh yeah, we're gonna find out. Steven,
we definitely are.
We're going to find out some more tomorrow, too, Steve. We're going to go. The reporters are going to be allowed in to make their observations tomorrow, and we'll talk, all right?
Absolutely. I'll see you there, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it, Steven. Have a great night.
You too, all right?
Thanks, man. Let's go back and check up in on Raymond.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Were you trying to talk before and I couldn't hear you? I can hear you now, though.
No, I went to the bathroom and you called me.
Isn't it funny how things like that work? You know, you waited. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Then now he's going to call me. That's the way it works. Raymond,
what's up, Ronbo?
I'm enjoying the battles that are going to be going on. Everything else aside, you look at the rooms we got full of people that's fighting for a job. And the running back room, I'm trying to decide, is the running back room of the wide receivers, because that's not a real battle. They have more people that are. I mean, the running backs, you already know who's going to start, but you don't know after that. Raymond, I don't know. What room do you look at and it's got your attention the most as far as the competition goes?
I'm excited about my secondary.
I knew you would. I knew you watch him say secondary. I know Raymond. Raymond loves his secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that defense right because we, like I always say, we don't have to make mistakes, but this is NFL. We're going to make some mistakes, so we got to make sure we have good defense out there. I ain't been calling because I just been dreading this drama with this situation, but Kyle Shanahan helped me.
Oh.
You know, he said that he looking to trade that dude out of here. So that's all I've been to hear. I just been checking my phone like we still got this dude, man.
Don't let it just bring you down. If they got things under control. It's not like it's not going to have any impact on anything. So no need in stressing about that.
I'm looking for that secondary. Secondary look like it might be all right if Arek can stay healthy.
See,
we might be all right.
If he could stay healthy, it would be he'd be all over but the shout. Tavares is a good football player. And more I watch film of him, I can see, you know what? That dude is underrated, ain't he? He can play. And you already know Verrett can play.
And then still, Manuel Mosley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ambry Thomas looks good to me. He's going to get – I got a feeling Ambry Thomas is going to be special. So you got four guys right there.
Who you think they're going to put in the spot?
Who what? On the slot. Everybody's worried about that. Nobody has any answer. I'm not putting Mosley in the slot. I've seen Mosley play the spot. That's not his strong suit. We got Womack.
What about Ambry Thomas? Think they might put Thomas in the slot?
He's got the speed. I don't know if he's got the quickness, but he's got the speed.
See, that's what I was thinking about. That's what I've been thinking about. I know we got some outside corners, but I'm like, man, who they thinking about replacing for Kawan?
Because you can get ate up with receivers in that slot. Cooper Kupp, that's where he likes to play. Tyler Lockett, that's where he likes to play. People didn't know when K'Wan Williams left, or we start fading. That's our problem started. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about right there. Which one of those guys they're gonna put in the slot for the slot receiver?
And Diamador,
that's what
I don't believe Diamador can handle it. I really don't. You can't be too slow of foot. You got to have it. If you can't run fast, you need to be quick because you got to react suddenly.
I don't know. What about Ambry Thomas? That's what I'm thinking, man. I don't know. That's what I don't know. Right,
they're going to run all of them.
That's what I'm thinking.
I got a feeling they're going to run everybody.
That's where the most explosive receivers go.
Always line up. I know.
Right.
Because you got options coming out of the slot. You know what, though? The 49ers are going to probably make sure to run everybody through there. And Jimmy Ward, he's going to be moaning and groaning over in the corner. Hey, Jimmy! What, coach? Don't start. Jimmy, we need for you to play the slot on occasion. You got to play it all game long. But we need you on certain spots. Dom does not like playing the slot. He can play it because he's good.
We could try to put Jimmy right there, but then you roll one of them thick, man. That's where I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen with that area. That's a question mark right there for me. But other than that,
Tavares lost a year, fam. I like Tavares more. If he would have played last year, I believe that he would be ready to. If Jimmy had to go to the slot, and I know he wouldn't want to, but I believe Tavares could hold down over the top. And we're not playing that exclusively anyway, because Jimmy and Tavares together was badass that last year. But I don't know what they're gonna do.
And then Bosa coming.
Yeah.
What they doing with this other guy, man? They still got him. What's the other edge rusher? He doesn't even play for us, but he signed to us. Is he still signed?
You the Arden Key?
The guy taking all our money? No. He's taking all our money and he don't play. Oh, he's talking about his back.
Yeah, we'll find out about that tomorrow, actually. June 1st. Yeah. And if Alex Max could retire tomorrow. And also, you got D Ford. So yeah. I don't know. Nobody said anything about either one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out on that defensive side. The offense, I told you, man, Kyle Shanahan going to call up some plays, get everybody open. So we ain't worried about that too much. I ain't worried about that. We got the speedster, Danny Gray, he gonna help out. And then just defense, man. I'm thinking about defense on my side because I'm trying to stop these offenses.
That's right. That's how you win games.
Did you see that they got Jimmy ranked higher than Kyler Murray? You saw that?
Well, okay, think about that for a minute though. Kyler Murray is Kyler's got talent, but his mind ain't right. I don't know who Kyler didn't do damn thing in the playoffs and got embarrassed. And then the first thing he wants to do, I need more money. Say what? Oh, that boy's got nerve. And the Rams,
Jimmy G ranked higher than him.
Yeah. Well, because the accomplishments, you got to look at Kyler Murray out there jiving around, and Jimmy went all with the NFCCG with his team. So those things matter. You can't give Kyler rate him over Jimmy and he ain't doing a damn thing. That's just the way that works.
I'm taking Kyler Murray. I'm still going to take Kyler Murray.
If you can get him to act right and grow up. Yeah, you got a good quarterback.
Then you see the Raiders trying to get Colin Kaepernick. You seen that too?
Yeah, I saw that.
You seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
they haven't signed him yet, though.
I just can't wait for this season to start, man. I'm ready to start cheering and screaming and hollering, and I'm ready for this thing to kick off.
Yeah.
But that's why I ain't been calling, man, because I've been just like, bruh, what are they gonna do? Why they keep holding on to this guy? But it's looking like we're gonna be all right, though.
Yeah, I just said that. Jimmy. Whatever they do with Jimmy, it's not going to have any effect on anything, unless they, because Jed already said I'll keep him. I'm thinking, and it's just my thinking that the 49ers just don't want him leaving for free, and we don't get a damn thing for him. because we already got to 2 championship games. So as far as their investment goes, I look at that as being payback. You traded a second-round pick. You went to the Super Bowl. You went to the NFCC championship game twice. There's no need to keep insisting upon getting returns on Jimmy. And I don't know. There must be some team that might give him something. I don't know. But I think that's what they're looking for. And they want to see if a quarterback goes down in camp, and then Jimmy can go over there and they can say, well, okay, you need Jimmy badly, don't you? Well, yeah, it could be second-round pick. What?
What about the Panthers?
Panthers? Panthers don't. They're not looking for Jimmy. Didn't they draft somebody? See, one of the people got to look at Raymond. You don't want to have to pay Jimmy $27 million. Every team's not ready to do that. It's a lot of money.
Man. So we might have to pay and then trade him. Pay some of his money and then trade him. That might.
Or you make another a deal with another team and restructure the contract, right? And then Jimmy gets another year or two added to a contract, less cap hit.
I don't know, but
that'd be one way to do it.
I'm ready to see Trey Lance in that defense, and let's go Niners, man. See George Kittle and the boys get back, man. I'm ready for this smoke. Ain't nobody want none of this smoke. I got my football downstairs, signed up, ready to go on my kitchen counter. My 49er football. I got George Kittle autographed football in my kitchen. Right on my kitchen table.
You got a George Kittle signed football? All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got George Kittle signed autographed football in the glass case, right on my kitchen table in the middle of the kitchen. Can't nobody touch it.
You shouldn't put it out there open. If somebody's peeping through the window, they may break in and steal it. You got a dog?
Arms all over my house. I'll be mad, man. Ooh, I'll be mad. Yep, right when you walk in my house. I told you I bought a new house. Right when you walk in my house, right in the front walkway. Yeah. 49er rug.
Nah, you didn't. You didn't mention that. Yeah, that sounds cool as can be. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Right when you walk in the house, 49er rug right there. Let's go, man.
There you go.
And lead right to the kitchen with a football at. I got my garage decked out with all the 49er banners.
Made it into your man cave?
In my man cave, yep.
There you go.
I'm ready for this season, man. I can't
you
wait.
And me both, Raymond. That's why
so close. We could have won. We could have went to that Super Bowl, man. I just can't wait for this thing to start back up.
Well, it's gonna be a long season, but boy, I tell you what, if we could stay healthy, we're ready. Maybe we're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
It starts, man. It goes by quick once it starts. Cause,
I know, right? It just takes forever to get back.
Every week.
I know.
Mm-hmm. But it seemed like the off season be the longest.
Of course.
But all right, Ronbo, man, I just want to touch base with you, let you know I'm still alive.
Good to hear it too.
Dead. I just this I need to see something. I want to see this thing shake. But all right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. I'll talk to you later, Raymond. There he goes. Hey, and let's go check out with Tony. Atlanta's Tony.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Tony, man, I'm just sitting back here waiting for this to get started, because we're looking at all the camp battles we got. These are going to be entertaining this year, unlike any year that we had. And also the possibility tomorrow. And I know it's going to be calm and cool because both Grant and Javon, man, people waiting for us to get started. Man, I ain't going to get started tomorrow. I'm a professional. I see Javon now. I'm here to play football. Damn him. Go, Grant. So.
Grant, don't you think, man, that George Kittle is a beast. I love watching him play. To me, Ronbo, he doesn't get enough targets. I love George Kittle.
If this is why the 49ers, and I imagine it's too late now. Next year, every year the 49ers seem to emphasize whatever position they've been weak at the year before, right? So offensive line, this year they went buck nuts as far as as both the wide receiver room and the defensive line, that's just a John Lynch thing, I think. He just loves to make sure that defense, if no matter how good your team is, it better be damn good because we're killing that quarterback. So whatever else you do, that's what's going to happen. And in the secondary. So now, next year, the offensive line needs some serious work. So George Kittle is actually needed to help facilitate the run game. Because the offensive line, I don't know, well, we got good offensive line run blockers. They're not good for protection. So George has to stand back for that a lot too. So because he's so good at it. And that's the unfortunate thing. So he can't get out there and make plays as much as most of us would like for him to have that opportunity to do.
Because he's a monster when he does, boy.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He'll get his shots.
We're going to have some half battles too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you guys got going?
You said y'all's right side of y'all's offensive line with that right guard. It's our left guard with last year rookie Jalen Mayfield. I saw a game tonight.
That's dangerous. That's the blind side. That's actually more important. Yeah, your quarterback can actually see that pain coming from the right side. He can actually work with that and adjust sometimes. But that left side, you can get a quarterback hurt like that. All of a sudden, bam! That's all he hears. And what was that? And offensive lineman, oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ, you okay? Oh, God. It's too late for you to be sorry. I can't breathe. God.
If our offensive line can come around like I know we can, because 3/5 of our line have been together going into their 4th year, and 4/5 of our line have been together going into their 3rd year. If they can come around, I think we can make the playoffs. I know everybody laughs when I say that.
That sounds like a lot of time. That sounds like a lot of time together. That's good. That is good.
Yeah. I'm upset, though, because we lost Akeem Hicks side with Tampa today. I'm pissed off about that. We should have signed him. I've been politicking for him the last 3 months.
Today? My God.
Yep.
Oh, he got in there just... Yeah.
Now we got to play. We got to go against them twice a year.
See, doesn't that burn you up? Every year, we end up having to go... The Hawks go pick up a 49er or 2 or 3. And now here they come. And you always feel like, and I'm going to tell you right now, Tony, when your player gets over there, yeah, what y'all want to know? Yeah, come on. We're going to have dinner, and we're going to be taking notes. One of the best restaurants you got here in Tampa. Because everybody leaves, man. God.
We had a spirited debate tonight. We're ready to go. He was talking about the Cowboys and the Niners won their championships during the easiest eras. I said, oh, no.
Boy.
I said, ready to go. I said, from the 60s through 2009 were the strongest eras. I would say the 50s and from 2010 on are the weakest eras because of these rules. The 50s because the leagues were just getting started, and from 2010 on because of these participation rules. I said, how dare you say that? I said, y'all should have won y'all's championship.
Reddy can't be more than about 21, I suspect. He says things that you can tell he has no idea what he's talking about. So I'm not surprised as to what you're talking about.
You remember Ronbo receivers come off the line, Mel Blunt, and you remember Eric Wright and Ronnie Lott when he played corner? They can hit you right in the you come off the line and hit you all the way down the field.
Yep, and there was no 5-yard penalty or anything like that. They could hold your hand all the way down the field, and the refs aren't going to do a damn thing. And you could hit a man in the middle of the field as hard as you want to. It's part of the game. If he doesn't get up, that's too bad. Yep. And
you still, man, get tackled like I was telling you the other night. I was watching right when you called me, the 49ers and the Dolphins in Super Bowl 19.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Craig gets tackled on the ground. As soon as he's on the ground, here comes a linebacker hitting him when he's already down.
What do they call that now? What's the rule against that? It's called spearing, right? That used to be common practice. And piling, football used to be savage. I mean, you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers and some of those teams that physically just beat hell out of teams. Teams were beat up the Steelers may not have been all that great in certain areas, but you were beaten up. And that's why them Raiders-Steelers battles were hilarious back in them days.
Yep, and the Chicago Bears back in the day, even before the 85, you would be beaten up after that game, man. Even if they lost.
But see, Tony, that's why the rules have changed, because you know what? How many teams every year were losing their star players because of the physicality of the NFL? You know, if you had a quarterback that made it out of camp at one point, you were lucky if he was your starting quarterback. But the thing is, there was no cap. So if I lose Joe Montana, if I lose Tom Brady, if I lose any of these guys, I could still go sign another quarterback, you know? So you can't do that now.
So getting back to you talking about the camp battles.
Yeah.
What's your running back battle going to look like?
Well, that's good because I've already got a Trey Sermon. I think they like Davis Price so much that it just may be that he wins that job for no other reason that Trey Sermon, we've seen as much as we're going to see from you. We're going to put you we're gonna put you on the depth chart around 3 or 4, and hopefully you can mature from there. But we're going to go with Davis Price, and we're going to go with Elijah Mitchell. I wonder how he's going to take that, because last year he was a healthy scratch a number of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget about Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, I know.
That's your bread and butter.
I know Elijah Mitchell is going to be the guy this year. I think that he's getting stronger too. So
yeah, I'm hoping. I want a defensive lineman. Obviously, Grady Jarrett. We got a couple of young guys. Our second round pick from 2 years ago, but we didn't get Akeem Hicks. Ryan Kerrigan was out there. I was in my chat, but then they said he's getting ready to sign back with the Eagles. So if we can't get him, the only one that's up is the Ndamukong Suh. I don't know if he'll be a good fit for us. So.
I know, the Ndamukong Suh. I wonder how much he's got left on the tires.
And plus, he's going to want more money than we willing to shell out to. That's not happening.
So, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes this year, because it seems we have to say now that Ndamukong Suh, glory does follow him. We'll see.
The Rams better watch out, man, because I don't know how good Seattle's going to be. I don't know, but I know they got that three-headed monster running back. But the Rams, to me, are still underestimating that Niner defense. That Niner defense has gotten better.
I don't know
how the Rams... Y'all took from KC. Y'all paid him a little bit more. But I saw him the other night. Ronbo, that dude is physical. I like the way he hits.
I just don't know how the
Rams...
When
the guy touches the ball on him, they pay for it.
Yeah. I don't know how Rams fans think that everybody's just going to lay down and let them work them. It's so funny. They're setting themselves up for a lot of pain.
Yes, sir. Either go in here, G9 fans can't handle the smoke. What smoke? Y'all don't know about smoke.
Yeah. But see, you got to do that. You got to talk trash when you win the Super Bowl. I was looking forward to doing it myself,
Sure.
The Rams don't escape. They didn't beat the 49ers. They escaped the 49ers. 3 points.
I gave him his props. I said, yeah. He said, at least you acknowledge we won. I said, yeah, you guys, you had your throne. And then I put a picture of a toilet bowl in there for
Especially with Aaron Donald talking about retirement and all. I mean, if they don't have him, then what?
Dead meat. Tony, we got
about doing
ready to croak indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about doing deals. Deals with 50 Cent now. Talking about Aaron Donald, talking about doing TV stuff.
I thought he already said. Tony, we got to go, though. Looks like I'm going to have to check out here in a minute. But listen, I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a fun day. Yeah, I think you guys probably got camp reporters coming in tomorrow as well. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Tony.
It's released tomorrow. We'll see.
All right. Talk to you later.
Take care.
It's Tony. Hey, Howard.
Yeah, it was good, big dog.
I've not heard anybody do that in a long time. I love it. Howard, And we're sitting there looking at this camp situation because everybody else, we're looking at some other things. You know, Javon and Grant drew attention away for a minute. The Jimmy situation has got people going. Debo has got his show going over here on the other side. It's a three-ring circus, right? Now, all of a sudden, I just realized, has anybody stopped and looked at this team for a minute? Also that drama, but every room is jam-packed with some serious talents. Who's going to beat out who? You know? Something like that. The running back room is crazy. I feel sorry for Trey Sermon, but, you know, that's the nature of the game, Trey. You got to come in and you got to show people your work. That's all there is to it. If Davis Price comes in to take your job, that's the way it's going to have to be. And in the wide receiver room and the defensive line, as badass as it is, somebody is going to get beat out. I got to feel it. But let me stop. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna say this: the more the merrier, because everybody's game gonna get elevated. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This may be the year we may see Trey Sermon just, you know what I'm saying? He may be a little bit more productive than he was last year, or maybe Kyle was preserving him a little bit.
That's nice. That's a nice thing to say. It'd be nice if they said that about him in the media. But the thing is, Howard, Trey got healthy scratched more than one game.
True, but I don't know. Maybe you know Kyle. He likes to be like
mean,
secretive about. He wants to be this mad scientist. Like, listen,
but he holds grudges. He holds grudges too. Remember we did to Matty B? Matty B made a couple of mistakes, and then I heard they had words sometime during the course of that season. And Matty 4.3 speed B. No more snaps. Every now and then he let him in. And the following year, he couldn't wait to get rid of him. You know? Kyle does that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, when you say Matty B, you're referring to Breida?
Yeah. Well, I used to love Matty B. Well, I loved him. That boy is tough.
We all love Breida. But he started to fumble at the wrong times. And
yeah.
You know, Raheem came in and he did what he was supposed to do. He impressed, and that's how he ended up being where he was. And unfortunately, you know, he had to move on as well. So
injuries, like we have such a problem with. And Sherman got hurt last year. That concussion from hell he had, my God.
I'm still upset that Eagles smashed him right side his head like that. That was just uncalled for. Like,
and he did it intentionally. Lee didn't find that dude. Sherman was on his way. He went and speared him right in the head. No call. Oh, man, y'all got to be kidding me. That was as clear as day. If that wasn't a infraction, I don't know what is. So, you know.
Hey, they always do it. They let them get away with everything when it comes to us. But
I know, right?
You know,
people think what can we do? We moan and groan, and y'all always whining. Well, dude, you ever watch what we're talking about? Shit, stuff is real.
It's like, be in our shoes. Let that happen to one of y'all guys, okay? Yeah. Cowboy, Packer fans. Okay, let it be.
Rams.
Those fams, you know. Just go sit over there. My business if you ain't got nothing to say.
Because, Howard, we don't have any dirty ball players that do stuff like this. When's the last time you see the 49er do something vicious and nasty to somebody? I actually wish they would on occasion, just a little bit of payback. The 49ers are very polite. We rarely do anything vicious to anybody.
You know, the one thing that was called on us that was the most dumbest, most the Ahmad Brooks roughing the passer on Drew Brees play.
I'll never get over that. Lost the game.
That took us. That costed us home field advantage.
Yeah. God.
You look at it from hindsight. That literally cost field advantage. We ended up having to go to Seattle.
See, that should be a judgment call. You know, ref, was that flagrant? Really? Look at it again.
He hit him in the chest. And the fact that Drew Brees is so short and Ahmad Brooks is short, it's like what is he supposed to do?
hit him gently around the waist. Every now and then. Oh, Howard, you know what? You mentioned that. Okay. You know what? They say Nick Bosa is not being held. Why? Because of his technique, he ends up pulling the offensive lineman down, who ends up with his arm around Nick's neck. I read that. I got him, started fist swinging in the air. You know, he says, "You guys made that up for convenience. That is holding. There is no two ways about it. I don't care if I did make his arm slide down. That's my technique. His job is to keep his hands off me, holding. I'm a foot away from him, and he's still holding onto my neck. That's not legal."
Exactly. So you can't explain how he's pulling down the offensive lineman's arm if it's on his neck. There's no way. This dude's about to put him in clutch while Nick's trying to get the quarterback.
Nick has a technique where he cuts up. And the thing is, okay, I'm still trying to understand why that constitutes legally that if the offensive lineman's arm does slide now. I said, ref, ooh, you guys wouldn't win this in court. That man needs to let go. Once I'm past him at a certain point, he's not within my. You know how they say you can come within the pads? That ain't within the pads, ref. That is not.
Factuals.
Oh, that bothers me. But we lost the game. We might have lost the Super Bowl because of that too. Nick and Eric Armstead being choked out on every other because that offensive line in Kansas City is not that good, fam. And they held out one of the best defensive lines in the league for 4 quarters without one call. Oh, that play to Tyreek Hill, that was not gonna work otherwise because Nick had my homeboy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He was coming, and that guy just literally just put him in a sleeper hole. Just hold on a second, Nick. Hold on. Let me grab you real quick.
That's fine. Payback was a biatch, because next year what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs? Refs called everything. That's right, Alex Jones. Refs called everything on your Kansas City butt. I couldn't stop laughing at the end of that game. My homeboy had how many what do they call it? Negative yards did he have? Mahomes was running backwards all day long.
He ran 400 yards just running away from the defenders. I was like, damn, that's a lot.
Bucks tried to kill him.
They was coming, man. They was not stopping.
No holding today. Anyway.
Hold anything. They couldn't even hold anything. So I don't blame them. If I had to block those 4 guys, look out.
You're right. I don't blame him, but you know what? I need the ref to do his job. Stop the ref. 15 yards, ref. You know it. 10 yards. That's right. Drop him back. No. We want this to be competitive. You guys don't understand. The Chiefs this is a 50-year mark for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we've got to respect that. And unfortunately, 49ers, it's going to be at your expense. But listen, it's money made for everybody, networks and everything else.
Yeah, everything's at our expense.
I would tell you what. Oh, good to hear from you, fam. I'll be back tomorrow if you got some time.
Man.
And
I big up.
Right. Give me that bark again. I love that. Howard, don't make me wait so long, man. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right, fam. Have a good night.
You too.
Well, see, and you think you could have had Mahomes, Alex Jones? You guys, you got one. We'll see what happens to you from here on out. But yeah, Nick definitely would have got there, and you know it too. Yeah, you know it. Anyway, I'm gonna get on. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I tell you what, hit them likes. I love them likes. Thanks for the contributions, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow as we get the reporter's view of 49ers camp. OTAs. Niners!